Hi there, it's Natasha and thank you so much for joining me. Today I have, I just received in the mail today some goodies from AlinaCrafts or Alina Cattle, and I am filming this at a crazy hour in the middle of the night because I wanted to get this uploaded so that you guys could take advantage of the sale that is going on right now. And I think it goes through to the 30th of August. So bear that date in mind, and if there's something that you're interested in, I will have the links down below. Right, let's get into it. And first up, I'm just going to explain that I have this, as always, a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of paper that I like to use as a reference point so that you can get a good idea of the size of some of the dies and stamps and things that I show you. So first up, I'm just going to start off with something that is not a die or a stamp, and this is a paper pack. I actually got a paper pack last time and was so impressed that I got another one this time. And so there are 12 designs in this paper pack, and there is 2 sheets of each design. And I mean, you can get a gist of what's in the paper pack, but these paper packs are nice, kind of. They're not super thick, but they're not thin either, which is perfect for card making because it doesn't add too much bulk to your cards. These, I mean, it's called Let's Travel, but there's definitely some that I think you could use for Christmas and things, but great designs, and you know for sure when you're using these on a card that they will all match up. So I am loving the paper packs at the moment. Next up, we are going to get into a little bit of Christmas. Now, these are the 3 snowflakes. I believe that you can buy these individually or you can buy the 3-pack of them. These are a fairly good size, and I have die cut some out for you. Now, these are gorgeous. These are so pretty. Now, I have used a really thin glitter cardstock. When I'm using glitter cardstock, I like to use a really thin one so that the dies can cut easily through it. And this is a glitter cardstock. So this one is this one here, and then I have this one, which is this one to the very left, which is actually just beautiful. And these have like really fine detail. This one here in particular, which is the middle one, is just gorgeous. So as I said, I have die cut these in some glitter cardstock, but you can just imagine 1,000,001 ways that we will be able to use these, so I'm looking forward to that. So as I said, you can buy them individually or as a group of 3, I believe. Next up, I have this 4-piece die set here. Now, this big one in the middle says Merry Christmas, and then these 3 here are kind of embossing dies, so they cut around the outside and then they kind of emboss the rest. I have cut out a couple just quickly to show you. Now, this is this middle one down here, and all I have done is I have die cut this, just run it through my die cutting machine like normal, and then all I did was rub a little bit of silver Inca gold over the top just with my finger, and it just has the most beautiful shine to it. And of course, all those little debossed kind of spaces don't collect the ink, and so yeah, it looks actually beautiful. And then for this larger one here, I kind of did the same thing. This, I mean, you guys just, I don't even think you can super see very well, but this here has such an aged, gorgeous look to it. This one here, I just used some of the Art Alchemy. This is the vintage gold color, and it kind of, yeah, you can see tones of the black through it. I obviously die cut it in black, and then I just rubbed some of this over top with my finger. But this one here, this die would be, I think what I'm going to do with it, well, I'm going to do a card with this one, but then I am going to do some die cut inlay. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing, and you can see that this one is definitely a really good sized die. So yeah, that is that one. Next up is this rectangle star plate, and again you can get a really good idea of the size of this die. This is perfectly a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch die, and it cuts the outside as well as all of these beautiful little stars. This one feels like it would be perfect for Christmas, but any galaxy skies or nighttime skies or anything like that would be perfect. So that's that one. And then, still kind of on a Christmas kick, we have this one here, and this one is slightly smaller than an A2 sized card, so bear that in mind, but it will also create a really nice border. This one is gorgeous. I think this might be my number one go-to that I try and start off with first. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. All of these gorgeous little snowflakes have such beautiful detail, and all of the buildings have their windows. I'm looking forward to starting with this one. So that is another cool one. Next up, on a not so Christmassy front, we have the sunflowers, and this one is quite cool because going this way it stretches about almost 5 inches, and so but you can die cut 2 of these and kind of sit, so this part here would sit in here and go around here. So you can kind of make a repeating pattern with this one and cover a whole card front if that's what you wanted to do. So this one would look really cool with some ink blending or ink smushing or something like that. That's my plan for that one anyway. And then next up I have 3 dies that are layering dies. Now I just wanted to show you these. These are great if you just want a kind of go-to card and you don't want to have to think too much about the finer details of what you're going to do. So I have die cut these 3 out. So there's the largest one, that one and that one, and I mean these look lovely on their own. And as a side note, can I just say before I start, this die here creates the most beautiful little cutout pieces. When you are die cutting it out, do not throw all of these lovely pieces away. Definitely hoard them and you will find a project where they will go beautifully. So I'm just saying this creates lots of lovely pieces that can be used in another card to create another card without too much effort at all. But anyway, aside from that, what they were designed for is to do this. Now I will just quickly show you. So individually they look like this, and you can see this one here. If you wanted to use this on a card front, you can see it has all of this beautiful little almost embossing and little dotted lines and things around the butterflies and flowers. So this one would look beautiful on its own, but this one actually goes at the bottom because it has the smallest holes. So all you need to do, and in fact I'm actually going to put a card together super quickly for you. I have a card base here ready to go, and all you need to do is, as I said, this is going to be your bottom layer because it has the smallest butterflies, and then this one here is going to be next. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue around the outside. Then I'm just going to choose a few little pieces on here to add some little dabs of glue. Don't need too much at all. And then these layer up beautifully, and all you have to do is make sure you have the butterflies up the right way. That's as complicated as it gets. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my top layer. And as I said, this is the perfect die that if you don't really want to think too much, or I mean this could be birthday cards, sympathy cards, anniversary cards, thinking of you cards, this could be anything. You could turn it into anything, and all you need is to change up the sentiment and you've got a really versatile die that you can use. So that was my plan anyway. When I was thinking of this one, I thought I need lots of different ways that I can use this, especially because you are potentially purchasing 3 dies. So you want to make sure that you can get lots of different uses out of the same one. So how pretty does that look all together? Okay, and then all I'm going to do is add a little bit more glue to the back of the whole thing, and then we will have a card well on its way. So I have my card base here, and it's just cut slightly bigger than the actual die cuts. And then what I would suggest that you do is, this is another set from Alina. This is the Smile one, Your Smile Fills My Heart, or any of the sentiments you could choose. And this one here is the coordinating die set, and it cuts the outline of these. So you can either just stamp and then cut out these ones. You can do a whole variety of different options, but That way, when you add them onto this background, they kind of don't get lost if you've got a really nice thick shadow ready to go. So you may already have some dies in your stash or some stamps in your stash that would work really well. These are the ones that I'm going to use when putting together this card, but as you can see, beautiful card ready to go. I mean, even just like that, and you could even add some little gems or anything on it, or you could just leave it as is. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have enjoyed seeing these goodies. As I said, I think the sale runs until maybe the 30th of August, so I'm going to go back and get a few more things that I missed this time around, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye!